a producer reached out, and this is also how I know that things are moving in the right direction, and she said that she'd watched the first video, my first YouTube video, and this is a big producer, someone that I would want to make my next film with, and she said that video met her exactly where she was, and that she was really grateful for the accountability. Like, not inspiration, not education, accountability, as in watching me do the thing reminded her that she could do the thing too. I am not doing what everybody expects me to do. I am trying to prove that to myself every day, I am changing the way that I show up. I am changing the way I breathe, the way I sit, the way I nourish my body, the relationships I have to myself and others, my expectations for what I'm supposed to become in the world. So whether this reaches 1,000 people or 3, okay, right now, if I'm being honest, it's closer to 3, but I will keep going, because to create is to create. The number watching does not change the value of what I know I am making. This is a studio for storytellers and storytelling. It is of me, but it is really about the power we have to rewrite our own stories together and to begin again. Every new chapter, every turn of the page, and I am living that. The whole point of why I keep showing up here is for you to create the space to express yourself, whether that is through this medium or any other medium. That is the point. And so if you're watching this, it's because you've been called to get that reminder, because you're somewhere in your life still asking for permission. I feel so energized in meeting and sharing with you. There's no big strategy, there's no big build. It is just an important space. And I hope that it inspires you. But I will be completely honest with you. I say all of that big talk, but then since going live, I've been in a near constant state of comparison. Just being like, is anyone watching this? How many of you will actually find something in this worth holding on to? I'm filming this and simultaneously wondering if it is a waste of time. Literally, that's kind of what's going on in my mind right now. A woman with 2 decades of experience in broadcasting, an RTS award, a Channel 4 documentary, posting into what feels like a very quiet corner of the internet, while other people seem to be everywhere. I notice this, I name it, and then I keep going. Because here is what I know. If I stop, if I let the comparison and the self-doubt and the what's the point win, I will be exactly where I've always been, not growing, stagnating, starting again. And I have stagnated before, and my body knows how that feels, and I'm not going back there. And look, if for those of you that know me, you'll know that whenever I set my mind to something, I don't just do it small, I do it big. Everything I have ever done big started small, and that is okay. It started in my authentic signature frequency, and when you hold it with the reverence it deserves, I know, like, I've seen what it can do. And for those of you that don't know me, Google me. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to begin again and again and again, as many times as it takes. And I think more of us, especially women, we really need to understand that that is so important about this process. Alice Walker said it the best. She said that in nature, nothing is perfect and everything is perfect. And holding and the space that I am creating in showing up as myself and creating space for others. And I want to go somewhere a little bit deeper as well with you, because I think it matters. I'm a Jungian trained life coach. I spent a lot of time with the work of Maureen Murdoch, specifically the heroine's journey, and what she describes about what so many of us as women carry beneath the achievement, beneath the adaptation, the caretaking, the perfectionism, the overfunctioning, the looks from the outside. It looks like we're extraordinarily capable, right? But how many of us approach the world through performance, through this version of ourselves that is legible and useful and acceptable to the systems around us? I know I show up like that sometimes too. But it can also, for a very long time, just be a way of remaining unconscious to what, the deeper way in which your thoughts are being organized and the parts of yourself or ourselves that we haven't really met yet. And I do this work every day. It's called shadow work. It's a very sort of complex thing, but in its simplest form, it's going in and illuminating the parts that remain hidden. And the pain that I've been through, like very publicly in the last work of art that I made, but it is so that I can better show up in the skin that I am in now. Like when I really sit and think, what was it all for? This is what it's for. It's for the next chapter. It was knowing that was when that story ended and this is where this new story begins. And I want to tell you about something that happened this week that I really wasn't prepared for. So a producer reached out, and this is also how I know that things are moving in the right direction. And she said that she'd watched the first video, my first YouTube video, and this is a big producer, someone that I would want to make my next film with, and she said that video met her exactly where she was, and that she was really grateful for the accountability. Like not inspiration, not education, accountability, as in watching me do the thing reminded her that she can do the thing too. And then I was also on my dear friend Em Stroud's podcast recently called Clowning Around, where I talked about what bravery means to me. And what kept coming back in that interview and in the clips and even now is that bravery is learning to be in your truth, a truth that you cannot deny, knowing that I need to learn to finally believe myself and in myself. And that is the work underneath all the other work. Staying accountable out loud, in public, imperfectly, is how the work gets done. Because when you do it in front of people, other people feel less alone in their own declaring of who they want to be in the world, what stories they're here to tell, and what they want to express. And I want to say something to the professional creatives watching this. The ones that are building careers inside institutions, broadcasters, agencies, production companies, the ones who have been validated by the system and are now building something outside of it because they've realized they can. This is a particular kind of difficult, because when the machine, without the commission, the brief, the budget, when we're actually being witnessed just as we are, not as the director with the credits, not as the journalist with the broadcasting history, just as the person with a story, pressing publish, not knowing if anyone's going to receive it without the power of the platform that you're making for, is the price of entry. And it is the same price for everyone that truly wants to join this world of creating without asking for permission. And that is what I'm learning in my body slowly, in real time, is that audiences do not gather around your credentials. They don't even really gather around your personality. It's around your voice. It's around the sense that someone is telling them something true inside of them without performing it. It's a presence. You do not need permission to begin. I know how that sounds. I know you've probably heard it before. So let me say it differently. The permission that you have been waiting for is not coming. Not from the industry, not from a commissioner, not from the friend who finally tells you it's good enough, not from your family. Readiness is a feeling you can keep moving indefinitely. I have moved it on this particular project for 3 years, I know. Every week I press publish, thinking it's a bit too much, but the world won't end and something quietly in me grows. And that is what I want for you. It's not a perfect beginning. It's just a beginning. You don't need permission. You need honesty about what you are waiting for and the courage to stop waiting. So if this has found you in the right moment, share it with someone that needed to hear it. There